Hello everybody. In this video, we are going to cover a story from Think and Grow Rich first chapter, that is Harness the Power of Thought. And in this video, we are going to cover that story. And this story is going to be very important and impactful for each and everybody who is watching this video, because this story illustrate power of thought, how you can use the power of thought. This story is showing you, and that's why you have to understand this story very carefully, so that you can understand it first, and after that assimilate all the important points in your life. So you have to understand it very deeply. Let's begin. And one more thing, what I'm going to explain it here, you can find each and everything in the description box, so please go check it out, and let's begin. Before starting the story, writer is saying stories that illustrate the power of thought. So in this book, particularly I can say not in book, but in the first chapter, I think we have 5 stories. Okay, so writer is saying all about the stories that illustrate the power of thought. Here, illustrate. What does it mean by illustrate? Illustrate means explaining with the help of examples. If somebody is explaining something with the help of example, it's called illustrate. So all the upcoming stories is going to illustrate, means with example. They are going to explain that how you can harness the power of your thought. Okay, and in this video we are going to cover first story. Story starts here. The stories that follow demonstrate how intangible thought, combined with purpose, persistence, and a burning desire, translate into the acquisition of tangible wealth, and how the power to control one's thought shapes one's reality. So in this particular sentence, right now the story didn't start. We have to cover first of all some points. So here writer is saying the stories that follow demonstrate how intangible thought, combined with purpose, persistence, and burning desire. So here one word you have to understand. First one is demonstrate. Demonstrate means you are showing something. Okay, so the stories that follow demonstrate means all the upcoming stories is going to demonstrate, means all going to show you how intangible thought, combined with purpose, persistence, and burning desire, translate into the acquisition of tangible wealth. So here all the upcoming stories is going to show you or demonstrate you how intangible thought. What is called intangible? Intangible means something that you can't touch it, something that you can't see it with your eyes. It's called intangible, like love or time. You can't see or touch love, you can't see or touch time, so it's called intangible. And all the thoughts that we have, and in our mind all the thoughts is coming again and again, it's called intangible thoughts. So how you can translate your intangible thought or simply thought into tangible wealth. Or tangible means opposite of intangible. Tangible wealth means money, resources, all those things. That is that we can touch it, that we can feel it, that we can see with our eyes. It's called tangible. A tangible wealth means money, resources, all those things. So here writer is saying all the upcoming stories is going to explain you or demonstrate you how you can translate your intangible thought into tangible wealth with the help of burning desire, with the help of persistence, and how the power to control one's thoughts shape one's reality. And how if you have the control over your thoughts, you can make the reality of that particular thought. If you are thinking something, and if you are in control of your thought, you can make the reality of that particular thought. And now a story starts here. The man who thought his way into partnership with Thomas A Edison. Edwin C Barnes harnessed the power of thought to become a business partner of the great Thomas Edison. Here harnessed, I think you know the word harness or harnessed. Harness means to use. Okay, so Edwin C Barnes harnessed means used the power of thought to become a business partner of the great Thomas Edison. I think you get the point. Two of the chief characteristics of Barnes' thought were that it was definite and purposeful. So I think there were many qualities of Byron's, but two most, or I can say chief characteristics of Byron's thoughts were it was definite and purposeful. Means Byron's thought was very very definite and purposeful. He wanted to work with Edison, not for him. Okay, he wanted to work with Edison, not for him. Means not as an as an employee, but he wanted to work with Edison. He wanted to work with Edison. Two difficulties stood in Byron's way. Stood. It's a second form of stand. Okay. So two difficulties stood in Byron's way. He did not know Mr. Edison and did not have the means to travel to Orange, New Jersey to meet him. There were two difficulties he had. First one is he did not know who is Edison or Thomas Alva Edison first, and the second one is he did not have any type of means. Means way, or I can say resources. Means I can say way, but he did not have resources or money that he can rent some cars and all those things to meet Thomas Alva Edison. So these are the two problems or difficulties stood in Byron's way. And after that, these difficulties were sufficient to have discouraged the majority of people, but his was no ordinary thought. These two difficulties is very very definite to discourage someone, because these two difficulties are enough, I think, to discourage anyone. But his was no ordinary thought, but Byron's thought was not ordinary thought. He was thinking on another level. I'm telling, he was thinking on another level, because I read this story and it is fantastic. He used, he harnessed the power of thought. How? We will see in this. We will see in the story. So till now you understood that there is a one man called Edwin C Barnes, and the second one is very great scientist Thomas Alva Edison. So Edwin C Barnes wanted to work with Thomas Alva Edison, but he did not have any type of resources, any type of money, or he did not know Thomas Alva Edison, but he had the desire to work with Thomas Alva Edison. Till now we have to understand this. Okay, now it was coupled with persistence and burning desire. Here we are talking about Edwin C Barnes' thought. Okay, so his thought was coupled with persistence and burning desire. Coupled means I think I can say combined. His thought was combined with persistence and burning desire. Barnes was so determined to find a way to achieve his goal that he finally decided to travel by blind baggage via freight train. Okay, so Byron was so, I can say, determined to achieve his goal to work with Edison that he traveled with the help of not passenger train, but goods train that carry all those goods. And here one word, blind baggage. Blind baggage, same meaning. Blind baggage means here we are talking about a good train. Good train means a train that carry all those goods and things, products. So Edwin C Barnes hid himself in blind baggage. Okay, I think there is some place in that particular train, and if you have to go from one place to another place, you have to hide yourself in that train, and after that you can go from one place to another place. So because Byron did not have any type of resources, or I can say money, and that's why he decided to go that Orange or New Jersey with the help of blind baggage, hide himself in the train. And in this way, he presented himself at Mr. Edison's laboratory and announced that he had to come to go into business with the inventor. Okay, he presented himself in front of Mr. Edison laboratory and announced that I am here to work with the inventor. Inventor means somebody who invent all those things. So it's called inventor. And who was the inventor at that time? Thomas Alva Edison. In speaking of the first meeting between Barnes and Edison years later, Mr. Edison said, so all those incident happened, okay, but after many years, Edison said something about the first meeting of Barnes and Edison. So Edison said something after many years. He said, these words are from Edison. He said, he stood there before me looking like an ordinary tramp. But okay, understand this sentence. He stood in front of me means he stood in front of Thomas Alva Edison looking like an ordinary tramp. Ordinary tramp means somebody who don't have fixed home, he don't have money, he wants job, this type of thing. So he stood in front of the Edison, and Edison feel like he is an ordinary tramp, means he did not have any fixed room and home, this type of thing. But he was something, but there was something in the expression of his face which conveyed the impression that he was determined to get what he had come after. But the most important thing is, he was looking like an ordinary tramp, but his face expression was not like that. His face expression was, I'm here to work with you. I am determined to achieve my goal. His expression was like that. Okay. I had learned from years of experience with men that when a man really desires a thing so deeply that he is willing to stake his entire future on a single turn of the wheel in order to get it, he is sure to win. Here you have to understand this particular thing. A single turn of the wheel. A single turn of the wheel. What is this? What is the meaning of this thing? A single turn of the wheel, it means, there is a wheel, okay, and the wheel is just moving like this, and single turn of the wheel, and this particular wheel is moving one round, means your life is going to finish, and you are going to stake your whole life or whole future on a single turn of the wheel. It's a very serious thing. So here Edison is saying here that I had learned from years of experience with men that when a man really desire a thing so deeply, when a man really desires something, that okay, I want this, I can't live without this particular thing, okay, if a man like this, that he is willing to stake his entire future on a single turn of the wheel in order to get it, he is sure to win. If a man is just going to stake the whole future on a single turn of the wheel, it means the man is going to win, the man is going to achieve that particular thing. This I am not saying, Edison is saying about Edwin C Barnes. Okay, I gave him the opportunity he asked for, means Edison gave the opportunity to Edwin C Barnes. Okay, you can work in my office, this type of thing, because I saw he had made up his mind to stand by until he succeed. Why Edison gave the job in his laboratory? Because of only one thing. He saw in the expression, like he saw something on the expression of Edwin C Barnes. He saw that this man like Edwin, this man is very, very focused to his work, and that's why Edison said, okay, you can go, okay, and you can work in my company, in my laboratory. Subsequent events prove that no mistake was done, and after that Edison is just saying that after all the events, like after that all events proved that it was not mistake, means if I gave job to Edwin C Barnes, it was not a mistake, it was like right decision. And after that Edison is saying just what young Barons said to Mr. Okay, not Edison, but writer is saying just what young Barons said to Mr. Edison on that occasion was far less important than which he thought. Okay, so here writer is saying what Barons talked with Edison, it is not important, it is less important. What is the important thing? What he was thinking, in that particular situation, and what was his mindset in that particular situation when he was talking in front of Edison. This is important. Edison himself said so. Edison himself said so. It could have not been if could okay, it could not have been the young man's appearance that got him his start in the Edison office, for that was definitely against him. It was what he thought what counted. So in this particular sentence, there are two sentences, and I'm just explain to you what is the meaning of this particular sentence. Here writer is saying it was not his appearance, how that man was looking. Like here we are talking about Edwin C Barnes. So it was not his appearance that gave him job. Okay, Edwin C Barnes, it was not his appearance, it was his thought, it was his mentality, how he was thinking. This particular thing helped him to give to take job. Here writer is saying it wasn't the Baron's appearance that got him his start in Edison's office, it was what he thought that counted. Simple thing. It was not his appearance, it was his thought. Thought is important here, not his appearance. Okay. Next, Barons did not get the partnership with Edison immediately. This sentence is important because Barons did not get the partnership with Edison immediately. Okay, he did get a chance. He did get a chance to work in the Edison office at a very nominal ways. So he when he joined Edison's laboratory or office, he got some very nominal I can say work or nominal ways work. What is called nominal ways work? Nominal ways means very less amount of money. So he worked like this on a very nominal ways, doing work that was unimportant to Edison but most important to Barons, because it gave him an opportunity to prove himself. Here, writer is saying Edwin C. Barnes got the job in Edison's office, but it was unimportant to Edison, but it was important to Edwin C. Barnes because he got the chance to prove himself. Okay. Months went by means months and months just passed away, just went by. Apparently, nothing happened to bring the coveted goal which Barons had set up in his mind as his definite major purpose. Here you have to understand some spellings. First one is you have to understand coveted. What is called coveted or covet? Covet, COVETED, coveted goal. Coveted goal means something that you want with your heart. Okay, I want this particular thing. I have to just finish this particular thing. It's called coveted goal. I can say one sentence. If you want, then I can give you just one example sentence. It was my coveted goal to teach about morality and ethics in this school. And right now I'm just doing this thing and that's why I'm happy. It was my coveted goal. Means it was my, heart goal. It was my very deep in heart goal that, okay, I wanted to teach about morality and ethics, and that's why I am doing this, and that's why I'm happy. So coveted goal means you want with your heart and you can't live without this particular thing. It's called coveted goal. So here, apparently nothing happened to bring the coveted goal which Barons had set up in his mind as his definite major purpose. Means nothing was happening to bring that coveted goal, what he thought in his mindset, what he thought in his mind, okay, I will achieve this, I will work with Edison, but nothing was happening like that. Okay, but something important was happening in Barron's mind. He was constantly intensifying his desire to become the business associate of Edison. He was just nothing was happening. Months and months passed by, but nothing was happening. But one thing that was happening, he was just constantly intensifying his desire to become the business associate of Edison. He was just intensifying. Intensifying means he was just improving the desire. He was just, just improving the all the things desire. Okay, I will work. One day I will definitely work with Edison. One day I will definitely work with Edison. One day. This type of thing in his mind, going on. Okay, I will work with Edison one day. So he was just constantly intensifying his desire. Psychologists have correctly said, when one is truly ready for a thing, it puts in its appearance. Here we are talking about psychologists. So psychologists have correctly said, what he said? What psychologist said? When one is truly ready for a thing, if you are ready for a thing, I want this and nothing else. I just want this. It puts in its appearance, meant it will come in its appearance. Okay, take it. This is yours. So this type of thing happened if you have this type of burning desire, and if you are truly ready for that. Barnes was ready for a business association with Edison. Moreover, he was determined to remain ready until he got that which he was seeking. So he was ready. Already he was ready to, go for business partnership or business association with Edison, and that's why it was like his burning desire to work with Edison, and that's why I think he got the point. After that, the next paragraph is, he did not say to himself, what's the issue? I guess I'll change my mind and try for a salesman job. He did not try. He did not think like this. Okay, I don't care. I can work as a salesman. What I'm doing right here. So this type of thing he was not thinking. But he did say, I came here to go into business with Edison, and I'll accomplish this end if it takes the remainder of my life. Okay. So here I think the word remainder of my life, or yeah, you have to understand one word here, a remainder. So Edwin C Barnes was saying, I will work here as a simple employee, until I got the chance to work with Edison. And if I am working here as a simple employee, okay, I will work till the end, until I get the job, or until I get the business association, business partnership with Edison. He meant it means it was not it was very, very serious thing. Okay, he said it very seriously. He meant it means, what a different story people would have to tell if only they would adopt a definite purpose and stand by that purpose until it had time to become an all-encompassing obsession. So here the writer is saying, you can write a different story about yourself if you adopt this type of definite purpose and stand by that particular purpose until it had time to become an all-consuming obsession. An all-consuming obsession. It means your mind, you are doing each and everything to get that job or get that goal. You're just doing all those things. It's called all-consuming obsession. You're obsessed, very, very obsessed about that particular goal. If you have that, you can definitely win, and you can definitely achieve. Okay, so next thing, when one is truly ready for a thing, it puts in its appearance. Okay, the repeated sentence here. Maybe young Barons did not know it at time. Okay, maybe young Barons did not know it at that time, but his bulldog determination, his persistence in pursuing a single desire was destined to mow down all opposition and bring him the opportunity he was seeking. Okay, here very important sentence. We have to understand some spellings, and after that I'm going to explain all those things. So at that time, maybe young Baron did not know this particular thing, that he had bulldog determination. Bulldog determination? What is bulldog determination? Very fancy word. Bulldog determination. It means, bulldog. If bulldog is just going for, so he just cut like that. Okay, So bulldog determination means if you have, a desire, if you want something, then you are just stick with that particular thing, and you are not looking here and there. You just stick with this and working for 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours for that. It's called bulldog determination. You are not looking here and there. You are just focused on that particular thing. It's called bulldog determination. His persistence in pursuing a single desire was destined to mow down all opposition and bring him the opportunity he was seeking. His persistence in pursuing a single desire was destined. Destined means it was definite. Okay, it is definitely going to happen. Mow down means you are just making it happen. Okay, mow down means I can say remove all those obstacles, or you're just all those things, you are just removing all those things that is unnecessary. So destined to mow down all opposition means he was definite to remove all those opposition and bring him the opportunity he was seeking. When the opportunity came, it appeared in a different form and from a different direction that Baron had expected. Okay, so here Baron had expected that, okay, I'll get one day I will definitely get a chance or get an opportunity that, okay, I can work with Edison. This type of his mentality, he was thinking like this. His expectations was like this. But here writer is saying when the opportunity came, it was not like, okay, you thought this is the particular direction and in this direction opportunity will come, your mentality. But opportunity will never come with that particular direction you had expected. You expected, okay, this is the particular direction. In this direction, the upcoming opportunity may come, but opportunity will never come with this direction. Here writer is saying that that is one of the trick of opportunity. Okay, it is one of the trick of opportunity that I will never come with this direction that person had expected. Okay. It has a sly habit of sleeping in by the back of door, and often it comes distinguished in the form of misfortune or temporary defeat. Okay, here very deep meaning. Our expectations is this is the particular way, and in this particular way, upcoming opportunity is coming. Okay, you are thinking like this, but opportunity, I can say, it is very clever. It is very clever means it has a sly habit. It has a very clever habit that it will never come with that particular direction that you had expected. It can come in form of misfortune or temporary defeat. Misfortune, and so think about this. If you are getting misfortune and temporary defeat, people will think, oh my god, I'm just getting misfortune and this type of defeat. How can this be an opportunity? This type of people mentality have. If you are getting misfortune and defeat, people will think like this, the same thing. Perhaps this is why so many fail to recognize opportunity, and this is the reason why so many people fail to recognize the opportunity. Okay, it's a very simple thing, but deep meaning. Mr. Edison had just perfected a new office device known at that time as the Edison dictating machine, later called the Aerophone. Okay, so Mr. Edison just invented or perfected one new office device. At that time, the name of that particular device was Edison dictating machine, and later it called like Aerophone. Okay, he made that. His salespeople were not enthusiastic over the machine. He was like, okay, we can't sell this particular thing, this type of thing. They did not believe it could be sold without great effort. He was thinking, all the salesperson of Thomas A Edison, he was thinking like, okay, we can sell this particular machine, but we have to put a lot more pressure, and after that we could sell this particular machine. He was thinking like that. Barron saw his opportunity. Okay, here Edwin C Barnes or Barons saw the opportunity. It had crawled in quietly, hidden in queer-looking machine that interested no one but barons and inventor. Cure looking, Queer, cure looking means no, not good looking. So the machine, that looking was the look of that machine was not so good, and that's why nobody was interested in this machine. But two person was just interested in this thing. First one is Baron, and the second one is inventor, means Thomas Alva Edison. Barons knew that he could sell the Edison dictating machine. He suggested this to Edison and promptly got the chance. Here promptly, prompt means very quickly he got the chance to sell that machine, because he asked for this to Edison. He did sell the machine. He did sell the machine. See this sentence. He did sell the machine. What is this? We can also say this sentence in this way. He sold the machine, or he sold the machine. Okay, we can say this. But here writer is written, he did sell the machine. Here writer wants to emphasize this sentence. He definitely sold that machine, writer wants to say to you. In fact, he sold it so successfully that Edison gave him a contract to distribute and market it all over the nation. It was so successfully, means Barons successfully sold all the machines, and that's why Edison gave the opportunity, or I can say, the contract to distribute in all over the nation. Out of that business association grew the slogan made by Edison and installed by Barons. Yeah, good. Out of this business alliance, Barons made himself wealthy, and after this business association, business partnership, Edwin C Barnes made himself very wealthy. But he accomplished something infinitely greater. He proved that one really may think and grow rich. Okay, he sold all those machines and he, got riches. But one thing that happened, he accomplished something infinitely greater. He proved that one can really may think and grow rich. He just, proved that or certified this particular thing. Okay, if you are thinking something, you will definitely think and grow rich. This type of thing he certified by his behavior, by his, with the help of partnership with Edison. He proved this particular thing. Barons literally thought himself into a partnership with the great Edison. He thought himself into a fortune. In the past, he already thought that, okay, I am in the partnership with Edison. He had nothing to start with. Very important sentence coming. He had nothing to start with. No money, no influence, and little education. But he did have initiative, faith, and the will to win. He did not have lot more resources, money, or influences, but he had something. He had initiative. Initiative means will to start something. Okay, so he had some initiative, faith, and will to win. He wanted and was determined to stand by that desire until he realized it. With this intangible force, he made himself number one man with the greatest inventor who have ever lived. Okay, with the help of this intangible thought, he made himself very fortunate man, very fortunate person in all over the world who lived and who worked with very famous scientist, that is Thomas Alva Edison, who have ever lived. Now let us look at a different situation and study a man who had plenty of tangible evidence of riches but lost it because he stopped 3 feet short of his goal. Now this is the introduction of next story. In the next story we are going to see a person had a lot more plenty of tangible evidence of riches, but still he lost all those things because he just stopped working 3 feet short of his goal. So in the next video we are going to cover this story. Till then, take care. Bye bye.